So let's multiply that by 100. Happy to say that for this week, our ROI is a magnificent 30.10%. So hey, how's it going? It's Rocky. Welcome to week 28 of our journey trading the futures as a full-time trader. And what I have up on the chart is the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the chart for the week where each candlestick represents 1 hour. What I normally use the YM for is for intraday trading. So I'll turn on the lines here and you can see that I did a few trades, a lot of trades this week, but not as much as usual. A lot of that is because the market was on its way up for most of the week, with the exception of Thursday right here, which where the Dow Jones Industrial actually was a bit flat towards the end of the day. But for most of the week, since he was heading up, there wasn't really a lot of need for me to intraday hedge. So what I normally do is with the YM, I use it to hedge on the account, and what I mean by that is the opposite of what my main intent is. So with the YM, I use it to hedge, so when it goes down I make money out of it. And what I use is the MYM. So what I have here is the MYM. This is the micro, and normally what I use this for is that I use it for a long bias for the entire duration of the contract, or whenever I think it can handle that. So I actually close all of my swing on the MYM. And if you follow my posts on the community on YouTube, I also have on other social media places like Instagram, Threads, Facebook, Reddit. I post all of these daily results there. You can see that my MYM, I closed it out and now the PL open is 0. So this is what I used to try to hold until September, but I'll show you exactly why I ended up closing it out. So what I have here shown is actually how the MYM has been for the past 4 weeks. And on this run up right here, you can see around here in early June, I actually closed it out around, you can see all these sold ones here. I sold the rest of the contracts I had at about around 34,700. And then I made this mistake of opening another 20 at 34,701, as you can see right here. So I'll turn on the lines so it's easier to visualize it. So I entered at 34,701. It's just because of the holistic way I was trading. I needed to, because I had some existing shorts that I was working on. And as you can see here on its way down, I draw the white lines. I added more contracts as I saw fit to average down. And eventually I've had to sell some of it right here. And that's why I drew this ellipse, because I lost on that section of the trade. But with the amount of shares that I had, which at that point was 48, let's count that up. So I started with 20 here, another 10, 30, 35, 37, 40, 45, close to 50 actually contracts that I have here. I sold about 5 here at a loss, just because I was getting close to a margin call. That's why I did that. And then you can see here, I've had some losses right here too, or just to manage some of the margin call issues that I was having, just because my average was way too high. And then when it got up, I sold about 11 of it. And then on its way down, I was again buying a little bit to average down. And then finally at the end here, I had a total of 39 contracts, where 19 of those I sold on Tuesday. And then today, I sold about 20. That's because how strong this was. I decided to just clear it out, enjoy the weekend, and reevaluate again next week. So this entire trade right here for the past 4 weeks, we got a net of about $6,000 or $7,000 out of it, which is, you would say that's not a lot of money for all that risk. But to me, it just helps with the way I intraday trade. So that just makes me a more complete trader, because it handles some of the issues I have with holding on too long to some losses. So on my Friday content, I normally don't go through specific trades on when I go in and exit on a trade. If you were curious about that, please feel free to go to my channel, because you can go to the live content. And on the live content, I do a live stream recap where you can see examples of actual trades. Should you need some sort of base or advice on something that you could try out to see if it works for your personality. So essentially, the account statement I am recording today, Friday, July 14th, is 6:09 p.m. And the statement that I'm showing here started from Sunday, July 9th to today, Friday, July 14th. Now let's gonna scroll down the description here because I want to point out some withdrawals I made, some withdrawals to pay the bills for the month of July. So I withdrew $2,000 here on July 10th, or July 11th rather. So I need to make sure that we add that back to our ending cash balance. And then scrolling down, we again made a withdrawal right here of another $2,000 for a total of $4,000. So we'll make sure to add that to our ending cash balance. Now let's see how we actually did this week. And as a reminder, if you've been following my content, I will link above here in the snapshot of last week. It was a pretty brutal week last week. So this week I had a whole new discipline because the urgency is there. I really need to make money to be able to survive. So let's see how we actually did. So our ending cash was $42,410.64. However, we did withdraw a total of $4,000 for the week. So we'll add that back to our ending cash. So our actual ending cash was $46,410.64. Now let's subtract what our starting cash balance was, which was $35,672.90. So for the week, I am pretty happy to say that we have a profit of $10,737.74. So from the loss last week to how we did this week, we recovered the losses last week with a little bit of profit. So that I'm pretty happy with. And I'm hoping that we continue this because lately when I celebrate the big wins, the market makes me humble the following week. So hopefully we can avoid that next week and continue the trend that we have. So something relatable, divide that by 40-hour work week. That would have been an hourly rate of $268.44. And then our ROI, or return on investment, for this week, let's start with, our total was $10,737.74. Let's divide that by our starting cash of $35,672.90. So let's multiply that by 100. Happy to say that for this week, our ROI is a magnificent 30.10%. So throughout our performance the past 28 weeks, this would be per the ROI, per the percentage, this would be our second best performance. Our best performance was just about 2 weeks ago. So hopefully next week, I don't always need a 30% week. In reality, for my sanity, I'd be happy with just a 10% week, because 10% week should give us about $4,000, and that's really just all I need to cover the bills. So that'll be our goal next week. Again, we no longer have any contracts open, so we're starting fresh next week, and hopefully we'll be able to continue this trend. Thank you for following my journey. Hopefully it either motivated you or gave you some ideas, or if you have any questions, please hit me up. I'm always available in the comments and of course on social media, either on Instagram, Reddit, the YouTube community, and other handles where you can find me at RM Dare Greatly or just Rocky Mark. All right, thank you again for joining me. If you didn't like what you saw, hopefully you give me a chance, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, have a good one.